Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Hunter Biden has just copped a plea deal to avert time behind bars, ladies and gentlemen, in tax evasion and firearms charges. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. You know it's your favorite Jamaican here on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. The State Department has copped a plea deal with Hunter Biden as the announcement that the federal prosecutor have reached a plea deal with President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, over the tax and gun charge, and mark likely the end to a 5-year Justice Department investigation that dug into the Biden's family financial affair. It does not, however, means that the congressional Republicans are done with Hunter Biden, as there's an ongoing wide probe into the every facet of Hunter Biden's business dealing, including examining the foreign payments and other aspects of his finance. Some of Republican candidates are hoping to face off with the President Biden in 2024 election, are decreeing that the deal are evidence that there's an unfair justice system, particularly in the light of the recent federal indictment of GOP frontrunner Donald Trump. Though there are obvious differences between the two cases, here's what we know. Now, according to a letter filed in U.S. District Court in Delaware, Hunter Biden has been charged with misdemeanor charge of failing to pay tax. And the court documents alleges that failed to pay more than $200,000 U.S. in income taxes 2017 to 2018. The federal probe into Hunter Biden began in 2018, bursting into a public view in December of 2020, 1 month after the presidential election, when he revealed that he had received a subpoena as part of the Justice Department scrutiny into his taxes. The subpoena sought information on the young Biden business dealing with the different entities, including a Ukrainian gas company called Burisma, he was put on the board in 2014. That move sparked concern about the perception of a conflict of interest given the elder Biden, who was deeply involved in the U.S. policies towards Ukraine. An investigation by the Republican-controlled Senate did dig into this Biden conspiracy, but it seems like there was nothing there because they found nothing that was affecting Biden's work. At the time, the subpoena, Hunter Biden said that we are confident that the professional and the objective review of these matters will demonstrate that we are handling our business affair in a legal and appropriate manner, including the benefits of our professional tax advisors. The young Biden has also reached an agreement with the Justice Department on the charges of illegal possession of firearm while being on drugs. Federal law probes people who use drugs from possessing firearms or ammunition, although a federal judge challenged the legality earlier this year. According to the Justice Department Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosion, between 2014 and 1998, nearly 100,000 prospective gun purchasers went home empty-handed because they were flagged as users of illegal drugs. By entering a plea, Hunter Biden avoided a trial, and it's unlikely that he will spend time in jail, although penalties are undecided at this time. It's up to the judge. Biden was charged under information, formal documents that lays out charges against him, but does not require vote by grand jury, which would be an indictment. A person familiar with the investigation said that Justice Department would recommend probation for the tax charges, but the decision to go along with the deal is up to the judge. The person was not authorized to speak publicly and spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity. The charge of willful failure to file tax return rarely used as a primarily charged by a federal prosecutor according to the data in the transcript record associated with the clearinghouse at Syracuse University. There were just 48 prosecutions in the last 6 fiscal year, according to the TRAC. The gun charge carries a maximum sentence of up to 10 years in prison, but the Justice Department say Hunter Biden has reached pre-trial agreement on the charge too. It is somewhat unusual to resolve a federal criminal case at the same time that the charge are filed in court, although it is not totally unheard of. The agreement essentially means that the case is over unless Hunter Biden fails to abide by it. A deferred prosecution is an agreement offered by the prosecution in which the defendant must adhere to stick-to conditions, which will be known after he appeared in court. A date for the appearance have not yet been set. Usually a judge set regular check-in for the defendant to appear to ensure they are playing by the rules. If they do not, their deal is revoked and the criminal charge reinstated, which is Hunter Biden case carrying a maximum of a decade in prison. But if he does adhere to the rules, the case will be wiped from his record. Yes, congressional Republicans have been pursuing their own investigation into nearly every facet of Hunter Biden's business deal, including examining foreign payments and other aspects of his finances. The misdemeanor tax crime that the young Biden is set to plead guilty to are far more limited in scope than the allegations that have been pursued for years by the congressional Republican. On Tuesday, Rep. James Comey, the Republican chair of the House Oversight Committee, said that the charges against Hunter Biden and the sweetheart plea deal have no impact on the panel's probe. Even before he ran for president in 2020, Joe Biden has been facing questions about his son's business dealing and drugs addiction. And there has been other controversies. While his father was vice president, Hunter Biden had joined the Navy Reserve and was discharged after testing positive for cocaine in his system, later revealing his long struggle with drug addiction. In the week before 2020 election, Trump supposed the existence of the laptop they say was connected to Hunter Biden, the laptop from hell, and the emergence of someone maintaining a business discussion with him. The raised questions about Joe Biden's knowledge of his son's activity in Ukraine and China. President Biden has said that he did not discuss his son's international business deals and has no knowledge of them, and he have not taken any money from any foreign country. News of the plea agreement comes days after Trump's appear in federal court on charges related to the retention of classified documents. In the wake of the 37 charges, Republicans across the country have levied criticism against Biden's administration, accusing the justice system of politicizing and assailing Hunter Biden's business dealing. Trump charges came from a special counsel appointed by Attorney General Merrick Garland to conduct an independent investigation to avoid any potential conflict of interest in the Justice Department. The Hunter Biden charges, meanwhile, were filed by the U.S. Attorney of Delaware, a Trump-appointed U.S. Attorney. Now, his name is David Weiss. Some of the Republicans competing for the potential presidential run against President Joe Biden has critiqued the plea agreement in public. On his Truth Social platform, Trump on Tuesday said, "The corrupt Biden DOJ just cleared up hundreds of years of criminal liability by giving Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, a mere traffic ticket. biotech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy tweeted Tuesday that it is no accident that the farcical Hunter Biden plea deal comes right after Trump indictment, calling it the perfect fig leaf to presidential hopeful and to show that they are pretending that there's no double standards and no one is above the law, while obviously putting certain people above the law. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, in a tweet, also decreed that sweetheart deal and said that were Biden not connected to the elite DC class, he would have been put in jail a long time ago. Asked about the plea deal during the Tuesday night Fox News town hall, Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina called perceptions of inequality in the justice system dangerous and implored voters to thank God for congressional Republicans' ongoing inquiry into the presidential's son. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you know that this article is a great article, but the insinuation that the president's son is getting a sweetheart deal is preposterous. Where have you heard that before in life? That people of high power and rich people get favoritism? No, that's not going on. Not in the USA. Not in the USA. That's not happening, ladies and gentlemen. Leave your comment down there if you think that Hunter Biden is getting preferential treatment just because he is the United States of America president's son. And if you was the president's son, would you want preferential treatment? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari Soldier here of Deep Roads TV. More life, more joy, and more happiness.
You're watching Deep Roads TV.
Yeah, man, I'm a little cousin that, so I'm going to say Indian again. Big up yourself, my cousin, because you know, so I love you more than a dozen.
You're watching Deep Roads TV.
Yeah, see my next cousin here. Fire key to the world. Leave your comment, family and friend. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, become a part of the Rastaman panel. Subscribe, like, and share. You're here.
So from them mix with the fire, them have to mix with the lightning. Them mix with the lightning, them have to mix with the thunder. Them mix with the thunder, them got to mix with the world. And they so black people put the wicked them under. Hey Babylon, me see them a fret and them a wonder. Who flash the lightning and who roll the thunder? Deep root flash the lightning and him roll the thunder. Babylon, me see that them a panda. Look how much of the youth them, well them fret and kill, look how much them put under. How much of the youth them, well them send a dove cut ya. Where Babylon the fire burn no longer. Babylon the proofs full of say you can't turn ya. Fire key, Rastaman and a real fire key. Whoa, fire key, Rastafari soldier fire key. Yeah, balalang bang,
Pick up Deep Roads TV. Respect, make sure you tune in. We are every time.